Hey, welcome back to Right on the Money, the go-to resource for your financial decision. Again, our guest today, Jeff Byrd, president of Jeff Byrd Financial. Jeff, good talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've been talking so far about the difference of the clientele you see with pre-retiree, post-retiree. Let's talk about when you meet with people. Let's talk about that process. Now, we were talking off camera that you have 3 steps, and I'll read them out here and then we'll go through them. But you said really when it comes to meeting with people, you go through 3 steps: understanding, putting together a solution, and implementation. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so let's talk about step number 1, understanding. And tell me a little bit about that process when you meet with somebody.
Well, you know, when somebody comes into my office, a lot of times they won't know or they're confused, right? So my job is to really simplify things as best I can, you know, without making it so complicated, because, you know, that's the problem when I talk to clients that have met with other financial advisors, is that, you know, they're very confused when they come in because there's so many different options. So we try to narrow those options down, get an idea of what they're looking to achieve, and then basically give them the best terms for what they're looking to achieve.
Now, you'd mentioned before the concept of solving your paycheck. What does that mean?
Well, nobody ever wants to run out of money in retirement, right?
Absolutely.
It's like that would be the worst thing that you could imagine, and having enough money in retirement. Mm-hmm. So that's really the first step in working with me, is make sure that you have enough retirement, or make sure you have enough income to solve your needs. And once we solve the income needs, that's step number 1 always with me, because we want to make sure that they have enough income in retirement to get the rest of their days, and we'll get them the best terms that are available for that.
So then the other concept that you mentioned, we had talked about a little bit, was maybe income or locking in income.
Right.
Tell me more about that.
Okay, so maybe income is, you know, speculation, right? It could be in the market. And, you know, a tragedy would be if we look at the year 2000 to 2003. Mm-hmm. Those are 3 down years in a row. That's only happened twice in history, but it wasn't not that long ago.
Sure.
Okay, so if somebody's pulling money out of their mutual funds or their stocks, or if money that they have in the market, and if the market is going down while they're pulling out, that could be a very bad situation.
It could put them in a situation where maybe they have income and maybe they don't.
Maybe they don't, right. So we want to eliminate that, get them guaranteed predictable income that they can never outlive. And that's really step number 1. And then once we have that, that's our paycheck. Mm-hmm. Then the other money is for the playcheck, as we say.
So it really is a matter of approaching your retirement income and where you're going to have your money coming from, much like we do now. You have your whatever your normal paycheck is, and then you have your play money.
Right, and I'm licensed with almost 40. If I looked the other day, it was 46 different companies, and if I don't have it, I can usually get it. So, you know, if you want the highest contractual guarantee, we know who has it. If you want the company that's offering at that time, because rates change on a daily basis. If you want the company that's offering the highest step-up guarantee, meaning your income increases throughout retirement, I know who has that. So that's really what I do. I sit down with them, I figure out their paycheck first, solve that need, and then it's another meeting after that.
Well, tell me a little bit about the concept negative dollar cost averaging. I hadn't heard that one before.
Yeah, it's everybody knows what dollar cost averaging is when you're putting money into the market when you're working, right, in your 401k or your IRA or your mutual funds. And if you're putting money in, you don't really care if the market goes up or down. And even when the market's down, it's good because you're buying more shares. Mm-hmm. Well, negative dollar cost averaging in retirement is when the market is going down and you're pulling money out to live on. That's when you can run out of money. So example, if the market we go through a down year and the market drops 15%, and I'm pulling out 6 or 7% to live on, do the math.
You can run into some trouble there.
Yeah, and you know, and I see it happen all the time. I meet with 10, 15 clients a week, and I've seen it happen. And so we want to eliminate that, number 1, and show them there's safe money options where you can get a decent return in a good year and not get hurt in a bad year.
And let's come back after the break, and we're going to talk about the solution presentation. We're also going to talk about implementing it. That's really where the rubber meets the road. So after the break, we've got more with Jeff. That's up on Right on the Money.